Troy, Mick talked about the worst thing a team can have at this point in the season is false hope. Since you were picked to win the league, is that something you guys have to guard against?
Like for us?
Yeah.
Individual, as a team?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, but, that's just, it's going to give us more motivation. We don't really go by numbers. We haven't really stepped out on the floor yet. Our first, actually getting together and playing as a team versus another team was Saturday. It was good, but, we just got to play. We just got to play together. What we do in practice, just take it to the game.
Has Mick been harder on you this year, maybe because he's guarding against that, or just the same?
He hasn't put in a lot of pressure. We do like dumb mistakes. He'll say something to us. How are we supposed to win the league doing this? Or UConn, SMU, they're not going to allow you to do this. They're going to come harder because y'all want to be number one. Just stuff like that. We say that to each other. So just extra motivation for us.
Troy, what would you like to see Wednesday night at the end of the exhibition game? What would your hope be for the team at the end of that? What would be best case scenario, other than winning? What would you like to see?
With the new five on the court and everybody else playing our freshmen, that everybody is happy at the end of the game. There's always going to be some bumps in the road. It's our first time actually stepping out on Fifth Third. Just to come out, at the end of the game and be like, yo, we played well. We played hard. We did have a couple minor mistakes, but we don't want a lot of mistakes, and we want to come out victorious.
First time in your time here, you guys have done a closed scrimmage. Do you feel like being up against another D1 team was something that was beneficial for you guys early?
Yeah, it put us it let us know where we are, as a team, as having, only a couple returning players. Our freshmen played well. Trey Scott played well. Kyle played well. We all did a lot of good things. It was good to see us as a team, bonding together, not letting another team, frustrate us or get us out of our game, knowing that what we can do, and coaches keeping us together as a team.
You guys for a long time have thrived on being the underdog. Does the mentality change? Is it a different, feeling when you're the favorite that you guys have to talk about and have to acknowledge that's there?
No. Basically, we kind of still feel like the underdog. We're going to go out and play as if we are the underdogs. Like I said before, that preseason rating was, well appreciated. We are thankful, but we still got to go out and play. It's all about what we do, when the lights come on.
You had the honor of being named the preseason player of the year in your conference. Is there extra pressure, Troy, that comes with that kind of moniker?
No, I just want to go out, have fun, win. Play hard for my team, play hard for my coaches, leave it all on the floor.
Do you feel like you need to live up to that? Like to be in the preseason player of the year, like there's a level you have to accomplish now?
Yeah, there's a chip on my shoulder, something always going off in the back of my head, but I don't want it to, push me too hard, or I don't want it to over-frustrate me. I just want to be able to go out and have fun and just think about it as the game goes on a little bit.
Yeah, Coach
You really grew a lot last year. How do you see yourself growing and evolving again this season?
Just leaving off where I ended up, at the end of the year. I'm putting a lot of work in the offseason, slowing my game down, putting more confidence into my teammates, more confidence in myself. And then just on the defensive end, just going out trying to get stops. Offense didn't come.
Last year, if you look at your numbers, February and March, you were a lot more aggressive than you were earlier in the season. How do you get that to carry over and be the player that you are from the start of the season all the way through this year?
It's that chip. Just always having that in my mindset that this defender, just trying to make it hard for him, don't make it easy. And once you try to make it hard for the defender, the game's going to come. If you try to beat him on a blow-by downhill or just harass him on the defensive end, and the rest of the game's going to come because you have a couple positive things.
Was that last year just getting used to being kind of the go-to guy on the team and the guy that the ball was going to be in your hands, trying to get everybody involved? And what switched at the end of the year that made you realize I need to be attacking for this team to be, at its best?
Just as the game went on, Coach saying you gotta do your thing, you gotta also help the team, but we gotta win too. So having that in my mind, just wanting to win. Throughout the game, figuring out what our better chances are of winning. If it's, somebody else has a mismatch, if we can go in the post, how to get it in there, you know, almost every time, or just playing late clock, you know, one-on-one, pick and roll. Just having that in my mind, you know, it's a confidence thing. Towards the end of the year, my confidence grew out the roof with what coach was doing for me and what my team was doing for me. So it's all about confidence.
Troy, the way that last season ended was obviously not what you wanted. You talked about having a chip on your shoulder. Do you carry that into this season as well, just kind of unfinished business from last year, or is last season?
No, we take that as, you know, more motivation. You know, losing in the first round in both tournaments is definitely tough. You know, that's what you remember last of last season. So to have that, you know, for our season to start this year, it's what we do, what we talk about. We can't go out in the first round. We got to finish games. We got to do all the little things. Because if you remember, you know, just a couple months ago, 6, 7 months ago, we was all hanging our heads because we didn't do the little things. We didn't do the correct things to win the game. So that's what we're focusing on in practice, just basically, you know, at the end of practice with the score on the board, what do? Are you still ready to win the game? Are you still ready to win this practice? You know, and we carry it over to the real game.
When you look at the freshmen on this team, how have they transitioned to the college game, and how do you get them prepared for what they're going to see at the third?
Slowly but surely, you know, they're coming along. Jaren and Nas and Trey, you know, so a couple things that they can work on, you know, just being game ready. You know, the game is definitely faster, but there's a lot of positives. You know, they're working on their defense. Nas and Trey are very athletic. They keep their hands high, you know, both defensive, you know, stoppers, and then Jaren can shoot the ball. So just trying to put the pieces to the puzzle. We're definitely not expecting them to come out and be ready and do everything perfect at the beginning. But as long as we prepare them with practice from what coach says and what as the older teammates do for them, you know, just try to make sure they're well.
Coach has talked about you playing with Justin a little bit this year. How comfortable are you maybe moving over onto that wing and being a little bit different guy and letting Justin, you know, run the point?
So that's perfectly fine. You know, he's a tough person to guard on the ball, so he creates a lot of help situations. So if he gets in the paint, kicks it out, that gives us a better chance, you know, for the wing guys to catch the ball downhill and make a play. Or, you know, he's great at passing. He can pass the ball very well, you know, find you or the open man. So it's definitely a positive.
There's real legitimate excitement about this program and this team this year outside of, you know, a practice setting and I'm sure your inner circle of teammates. Are you excited? I mean, there's a lot of hype about the team. How excited are you about this group?
Oh, I'm like 1,000 out of 10 excitement. I'm ready. You know, I know we're ready. It's my last year here, so it's no more. Well, I got next year. You know, after this, it's a wrap. It's on to the big world. So I'm definitely gonna take this. You know, take this to heart. You know, it's a pride level thing. Just be ready. You know, Cincinnati basketball. We are very excited. Individually, I know I'm more excited. You know, than the average fan, the biggest fan of Cincinnati. So I just want to be ready to play. Just have a lot of, you know, excitement, a lot of confidence.
I feel like you're maybe the youngest college senior in college basketball in America.
Yeah, but that's never changed.
Thanks, Roy.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks.